Hello everybody. In this video, we are going to talk about a new construct in Java known as enumeration. So if you have studied programming languages like C, you would have come across enumerations. But enumerations in Java are slightly different than that of C or other languages. So let's see how. But first of all, let's see what is an enumeration. So an enumeration in simple terms is just a list of named constants. So you have to use, let's say, a number of constants in your program. So you make a list of these together and you put them together in the form of an enumeration. So like say, if I want to represent sizes of some dress, then I may put something like some constants like small, large, medium. Okay, so these three constants, small, large, and medium, I can put it together in an enumeration called size. Okay, and that I can use it whenever I want to use these three constants. So this is related to size. Similarly, I can have another enumeration for, let's say, a different, say, colors, red, blue, green, yellow. Say these are the four colors, suppose I want to list. So I may have another enumeration for this. So whatever is there inside an enumeration, these are your constants. And it is used for grouping together a number of constants. And something about this, in enumeration, everything is public. Okay, it should be accessible from outside. Final, because it's a constant, it has to be final. And static. Static means it should be shared. There should be only one copy of those constants. You cannot have multiple copies. So, for example, here. So you can see I have an enumeration here called enum. So I can use this enum to define an enumeration called choice. So you can use enum is the keyword, and you have choice. So I have three values here, three constants: yes, no, and maybe. So each of these is a constant. So you have three constants: yes, no, and maybe. Now once the enumeration is declared, like you see here, what we have done is we have defined the enumeration. So it is like creating a class. So when you create a class, you cannot assign memory to it. Okay, only when you create an object of that class, memory is assigned. So in the same manner, when you have an enumeration, when you define an enumeration like this, you are simply defining the type. Now to declare variables of the type enum, okay, so the declaration statement is just like any other variable declaration. So enum type, so first you give the name of the enumeration, then you give the name of the variable. For example, choice was the name of our enumeration, and option 1, OPT1, OPT2, these are two variables of type choice. So just like in any primitive data type, a variable can take values only within a given range for that particular data type. So here also, OPT1 and OPT2 can take only three values, and that is yes, no, and maybe. So in the next line, you can see we have assigned yes to OPT1 and maybe to OPT2. But I cannot directly write it as yes and maybe, so I have to precede it with the name of the in enumeration. So choice dot yes, choice dot maybe. So this is how you can declare variables of type enum. And with this enum, you can use the equality operator to check if one is equal to the other or not. For example, I can check if OPT1 is equal to choice dot yes, then I can do something. So the equality operator is can be used. Also, we can use enum or enumeration in switch statements. For example, here you can see switch OPT1 So based on the value of OPT1, I can have the cases. So case yes, case no, and maybe case maybe, it can come later. So if the value of OPT1 is yes, then whatever is given on the case yes will get executed. If OPT1 value is no, then whatever comes under case no will get executed, and so on. So in switch statements, you can use an enumeration variable. Now, these all enumerations have certain methods, common methods, which are there for every enumeration. So this enumeration is, these are methods that are available in and for all enumerations. One such method is called values. Okay, so all enumerations automatically contain two predefined methods, values and value of. Okay, so in the values method, what happens? This is the type. This is the type public static, then enum type. Then you give it's an array and value. So this values is a method. So what you can see here, enum type, that then you see the square brackets. This is nothing but the return type of this method. So what does values return? It returns an array of enumeration type, whatever enumeration type you specify. And this method is public and it is static. So one example here, I can see, you can see here, I have written in the first line, we have choice, list, and the square bracket. So basically here we are defining a variable, or we are defining an array called list, and the type of this array is choice. That means enumeration. And to this we have assigned choice.values. Remember, values is a method of the enumeration, so I have to call it with the name of the enumeration. So choice.values. So this returns to me a list of all values of choice. So choice has got three values, yes, no, and maybe. So these three values will go and it will be stored in this array. So first element, list 0 would be yes, list 2 would be 1 would be no, and list 2 would be maybe. So here I have a for loop. In this for loop, this is kind of a for each loop. So choice C colon list. So for every C here would be a reference to each element of the list array, and it will loop through this. So you have, it is printing as the first time this loop executes, C will refer to list 0. So whatever is there in list 0 will be printed. Next iteration, C will point to list 1. So whatever is there in list 1 will be printed. So what will be there in list 1? In list 1, you will have choice dot no, possibly. And in the third iteration, it will print maybe. So values returns an array of enumeration type. It returns all the constants that are defined in an enumeration. The other method is value of method. So the value of method, the syntax is like this. Public, static, again, these are both static and public. It returns an enumeration type. So here it returns a single enumeration type value, but not an array. And value of, and one parameter it takes, that is string. So what is the string? So this string is, suppose I give here yes, string yes, then this returns me the enumeration type corresponding to yes. If I give no, then it will return enumeration type no. So something like this. Choice dot value of yes. When I get C, if I print C, I will get choice dot yes. It returns the enum constant yes. So these were your values and value of methods of enum class. Now you have seen that enumerations here in Java can give a number of can be used for defining a number of constants. But in Java, enumeration can do much more than that. Okay, in fact, it works in the same way as a class. So enumeration can be used as a class type, not just as a not as a primitive data type. So you can define an enumeration as a class type, which expands the capability of the enumeration greatly. So not just as a list of numbers or a list of constants, it can do much more than this. How? Okay, we don't instantiate an enum using new. Even though we define it as a class type, we don't use new. Okay, so that we have already seen. So how can we greatly expand the capabilities of the enumeration? Because an enumeration in Java can contain constructors, we can add instance variables, and we can have methods. And these enumerations can also implement interfaces. Okay, so this is much more than that of a simple list of constants. So constructors can be there, instance variables can be there, and methods can be there. Let's see how. So here you see, I have the same enum choice. Now, with yes, I have assigned, within parentheses, I have given value 5. With no, I have given value 2. With maybe, I have given value 3. Okay. So you can consider each of these as some points. So if somebody answers, say yes, then 5 points will be given. Yeah, the person will get 5 points. Otherwise, if the person selects no, then the person may get 2 points. So that's how we have modeled this choice. So you can see the next line, private int points. So this is what? This is nothing but an instance variable. So in the enum choice, we have defined an instance variable called points. And the next line that you can see, choice int v. This is a constructor. This is the constructor. So the constructor, that is being, so here you can see the constructor choice int v. So v is being assigned to points. Okay. So now you can relate. When I put yes 5, that means this, what we're doing is we are calling the constructor. So the constructor is not called when we create an enum variable. Instead, it is called when we create an enum constant. So for yes 5 means the constructor would be called, and points for yes would be 5. Again, no 2 when we call, then the value 2 would be given 2 points for this constant, for the constant no. And similarly for maybe. So we have instance variables, we have constructor. And finally here we have a method also. So public int get points. Now because points is private, so we need an interface, we need a value. Sorry, we need a method to get this value. So we have used this method, created this method, public int get points. So it returns an integer, so it returns the value of points. So this is how we can increase or we can expand the capability of a enumeration. Now see, this is not possible in languages like C or C++. So here we are testing our enumeration. So in the main function, I have an array called list. Again, choice list. I have used choice.values. Okay. So same thing what we had done here. So for choice C colon list. So C is iterating through each and every element of the list. So list here is populated with all the constants of choice. So yes, no, and maybe. So here what this is doing, it is printing for every iteration. It is printing. The option is, so what C means whatever is the value, yes, no. So if it is yes, and the value is, so C dot get points. There has to be some parentheses here. I missed out the parentheses. So please put this here. So C dot get points will give you the points. Will give you the points for corresponding to whatever C is pointing to. So initially C is pointing to list 0, and in list 0 I have yes. And for yes, you say we have the value 5, points is 5. So it returns yes, the option is yes, and value is 5. Next iteration, C points to list 1. So now, see again, now we are printing. So no, the option is no, and value is whatever was the value of 2, I think it was 2. Yes. So 2 will print 2. And another one more for maybe. So in this manner, we can see that our enumeration works well as a class. That is why enumeration is listed among the class types. And finally, before we end, just one line about enumerations inheriting from. Now we have seen that all classes inherit from the object class. Okay, but enumerations don't inherit from the object class because it's not a class. It may be a class type, but it is not a class. But they inherit from an enumeration called enum. So it is defined in java.lang, this particular package. So all enumerations automatically inherit from java.lang.enum. Okay, so this methods, values, value of, all these are defined in enum. So all enumerations are automatically inherited from here. So these values and value of are only two. There are many other methods that are available to be used by all enumerations. So you can check out this enum, what are the methods in the enum enumeration. And finally, one such method along with values and value of, one method that is you may find it useful is that is there in enum, which is inherited by any enumeration, is ordinal. Ordinal, it gives the ordinal value. That is, when I have three options, three constants, yes, no, maybe. Each of these constant has a position in the enumeration. Like yes is the first, no is the second, and maybe is the third. So that is the ordinal position. So the ordinal method returns this value. So you can say, if I print this C.ordinal, it will print. Now one thing, that the first ordinal value starts from 0. So the first value would be 0, second it will print 1, and third it will print 2. So ordinal value starts from 0. So 0, 1, and 2. So this ordinal gives you the position of the constant in an enumeration. So starts at 0. Okay, so this is all about enumeration. So we'll see in one program where we are making use of enumeration. So that's it for this class. Thank you.